The Battle of Gettysburg is one of the most famous battles in all of human history. It was during this battle that the tide of the Civil War began to turn and the Confederacy never really recovered. But it's also one of the most haunted places in America. The carnage at Gettysburg was so bad that even 150 years later, the spirits of those fallen soldiers are said to linger around the area. Today, we're going to look at some of the scariest ghost stories from the battlefield at Gettysburg. Little Round Top is now a quiet place. You can walk up to the top of the hill and enjoy a beautiful view of the surrounding area on a clear day. You can see for miles in every direction. It's easy to forget that just over 150 years ago, this place saw some of the fiercest fighting of the entire Civil War. It was here that the Union Army held off repeated Confederate attacks, even though they were vastly outnumbered. One of the men who fought on Little Round Top was Private Hiram Berry. He was a member of the 20th Maine Regiment. They were ordered to take the hill and hold it no matter what. They dug in and defended the position with everything they had. In the end, they were successful. The Union forces won the Battle of Little Round Top, but not without heavy losses. There are said to be many ghosts that haunt Little Round Top, including that of Private Berry. Visitors have reported hearing the sound of gunfire and screams. Many people have seen the apparition of Private Berry himself. He's often seen standing on the edge of the hill, overlooking the battlefield. People say he seems to be deep in thought, lost in the memories of the battle he fought and died in. He has also been known to interact with visitors to the site. Some have reported feeling a hand on their shoulder as if someone is trying to get their attention. When they turn around, there's no one there. Devil's Den is another area of the battlefield that is said to be haunted. During the battle, this was a copse of trees where fighting was extremely intense. The ground here is covered with boulders and rocks, making it an ideal place to hide. Both sides used this area to their advantage, hiding among the rocks and using them as cover. But it also made it very difficult for either side to dislodge the other. Private John Steiner described the fighting as being like animals fighting over carrion. When the Union soldiers finally took the Devil's Den, they found a gruesome sight. There were Confederate dead all around them, but there were also Union dead that no one had seen before. It was as if the fighting had been so intense that no one had noticed them before. Some of these bodies had already begun to decay, and there were body bags lying around filled with unidentified remains. To this day, people report seeing the ghosts of soldiers around Devil's Den. People have reported seeing full-on ghostly apparitions as well as shadowy figures moving through the trees. The noise of battle is often heard here, along with the screams of wounded soldiers. The angle is yet another part of the battlefield that is said to be haunted. This is the area where the famous Pickett's Charge took place. On July 3rd, 1863, a group of Confederate soldiers charged across an open field toward the Union lines. They were met with withering gunfire, and almost all of them were killed or wounded. It was a turning point in the Battle of Gettysburg, and is often considered to be the turning point of the entire Civil War. After the battle, the Confederate dead were left lying on the field. Many of them were never identified, and no one knows exactly how many died here. What is known is that there were hundreds of Confederate casualties. It's believed that the ghosts of these soldiers still haunt the angle. People have reported seeing ghostly soldiers marching across the field, as well as hearing the sounds of gunfire and screams. There have also been reports of strange lights seen in the area, which some believe could be the spirits of injured soldiers looking for help. The far end of the battlefield is dominated by the high ground known as Cemetery Ridge. From here, the Union forces were able to get a clear shot at the Confederate troops below. Many of the Confederates who tried to scale Cemetery Ridge were killed or wounded, but the ridge itself is also said to be haunted. The most famous ghost that haunts Cemetery Ridge is that of General John Buford. General Buford was a cavalry commander for the Union Army. He was killed early in the battle while leading a charge against the Confederates. His men were successful in driving back the enemy, but General Bufford was mortally wounded. He died soon after. After his death, rumors began to spread that his body had been taken by Confederate sympathizers and buried in a secret location. This led to a search of the area, but no trace of his body was ever found. It's possible that the rumors were true and that his body does lie somewhere on the battlefield. It's also possible that the stress of the battle caused the rumors to spread. Either way, there have been reports of a ghostly horse rider seen on Cemetery Ridge, which is said to be the spirit of General Bufford. One of the most popular spots for ghost hunters at Gettysburg is the area known as the Wheatfield. This was the site of some of the heaviest fighting during the battle. The ground is said to be soaked with the blood of thousands of soldiers. Even today, pieces of shrapnel and other debris from the battle are often found here. It's believed that the spirits of those who died here are still restless. People have reported seeing ghostly soldiers fighting in the field, as well as hearing the sounds of gunfire and screams. Some people even claim to have felt the presence of ghostly soldiers standing next to them as they walked through the field. Many people have reported strange experiences while visiting the Gettysburg National Military Park Museum. Some people claim that they have seen the ghost of a young boy in one of the museum's exhibits. The boy is said to be the ghost of Willie Myers. Willie was a 13-year-old boy who was killed while selling shoeshine services to the soldiers at the hospital. He was struck by a stray bullet and died instantly. His body was never recovered and is believed that he may have been buried in one of the mass graves at the hospital site. Some people also claim to have seen the ghost of a woman in one of the museum's exhibits. The woman is said to be the ghost of Helen Viola. Helen was a nurse who worked at the hospital during the battle. She died of a broken heart after seeing the suffering of the soldiers. Her body was never recovered, and it is believed that she may have been buried in one of the mass graves at the hospital site. The ghost of a little girl has also been seen walking around the town of Gettysburg. The ghost is said to be the spirit of a girl who died during the battle. Some people believe that she was killed by a stray bullet, while others believe that she died of disease. Her ghost is often seen wandering around the streets of Gettysburg, and some people have even reported hearing her crying at night. The old jail is one of the most haunted places in Gettysburg. The jail was built in 1813 and was used to house Confederate prisoners during the battle. Many of the prisoners were tortured and some were even hanged. After the war, the jail was abandoned and it's now a museum, but it's said to be haunted by the spirits of the prisoners who died here. People have reported hearing screams and cries of pain coming from inside the jail. Some people have even claimed to have seen the ghosts of prisoners being tortured or hanged. If you visit Gettysburg today, you can still see the scars of the battle. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the sounds of the battle. And if you look closely, you can almost see the ghosts of the soldiers fighting in the field. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Which of these stories was the most frightening to you? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.